All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawashi, Yahawashi, the bonus to the apostles and the elders, the great millstone, peace and salutations to the hopefully elect, coming at you with another lesson to the spirit and power of Yahawashi, Yahawashi. And I'm responding to a comment that was left on a comment board by this individual who goes by, it's Ryan. So, as he says, Jesus said this verse below, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him I will give power over the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I have received of my Father. Revelation 2, verse 26 and to 27, right? And in no way, shape, or form am I denying this, okay? Because we know Yahawashi, okay, who is going to rule, who's going to have every nation, everyone in subjection under him, okay? And even under Yahawashi, right, you're going to have King David. You're going to have, under King David, you're going to have the 144,000, the governing body of the nation of Israel, okay? And it is speaking of them, of whom is going to be joint heirs with Yahawashi, okay? Israelites, right? That's why it says, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, will I give power over the nations. Who is going to get that power? Israelites. Okay, let's get a precept. Let's even go to, we'll pull this one up later. Let's go to the book of Psalms, because this was being quoted. The book of Psalms, chapter 2, verse 8, it says, ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen, the what? Or who? The heathen, for thine inheritance in the uttermost parts of the earth, for thy possession, right? Who's going to be our possession? Who's going to be our inheritance? The heathen, all the other nations, okay? The heathen represents all the other nations, especially in dealing with this context. And you might think, well, why are you saying in this context? Because even when you go into the book of 2nd Esdras, okay, you know, Jake was going off so bad, Esdras referred to our people being as heathen, okay? So that's why I'm saying in this context, generally, the heathen is speaking of the other nations, right? Verse 9, it says, thou shalt break them with the rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. Be wise, therefore, O ye kings. Be instructed, ye judges of the earth. Right? Are not we going to be made, right? Speaking of the children of Israel, are not we going to be made kings and priests? 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 9. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who have called you out of darkness into this marvelous light. And this is talking about Israelites, okay? Which in time past were not a people, but are now the people of the Most High, which had not obtained mercy, but now have obtained mercy, right? And a lot of people try to associate this with being actual heathen, actual Gentiles, but it's not, okay? It's not. These Gentiles that's going to get saved through faith, that has been granted mercy, these Gentiles are Israelites. These Gentiles are Israelite foreigners, Israelites that lived in the way of a Gentile lifestyle, customs, manners, okay? Grew up in those certain fashions, okay? Who came out of that and believed on Yahawashi Yahawashi. Right? Well, you know who's a great example you can think of? Timothy. Okay? Timothy. Because Timothy's father was a full-fledged Greek. Well, what do I mean by that? Was he a Greek by nationality? No. Okay? He was a Greek, by the customs that he were keeping. He was basically a Greek-speaking Jew, more or less. Okay? And you got to understand this history going into the Apocrypha on how we became Greeks, how we became Gentiles, But nationality-wise, we were still Israelites. Okay? Let's get this another point real quick. With Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6, it says, the Lord did not, for thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a people, a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. And this is still talking about Israelites. Okay, us being the holy people, us being chosen, us being peculiar, right? Us being made kings and priests. This is speaking of us as a nation. Okay, the kings and the priests represent who? The men. Okay, the men of our nation. All right, and this is what you see is happening now through the spirit of us being made. All right, through the spirit, us being, us being quickened in the spirit. Us giving discernment on even how to, judge particular matters as men of the Lord, as servants, or prophets. Okay, so I just wanted to hit a few points with that. I may have left something out, but Spirit will continue to guide. So, using his words, it's Ryan says, Jesus is telling us whoever overcomes to the end, to that person will Jesus give power over the nations, right? Israelites, because we are going to have power over the nations, all right? We're going to have complete domination over you. Matter of fact, thinking of that, let's go to the book of Daniel. This is just, through the Spirit. Is it Daniel? Yeah. Let's see. The book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 18, it says, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever, right? And we're going to possess the kingdom, and you know who's going to be that possession, right? You know who's going to be ruled over? You heathen, right? We're not going to rule over each other, all right? We're not going to enslave our own people in the kingdom, right? It's you heathen who are going to be enslaved. It's you heathen that are going to bow down. It's you heathen that's going to have to get in line, because the ways of the Lord, right? Law, statutes, and commandments ain't going to be written in y'all inward parts. Okay? Which that covenant only belongs to Israel. Let's continue on. It says, and his name is Yahawashi, so that's what I want to say. It says, Yahawashi is telling us, whoever overcomes to the end, that person will, Yahawashi, give power over the nations, Israelites. This person will be the man-child in Revelation 12. No, the man-child that is speaking about in Revelation 12 is Yahawashi. Right? Now, when we go up, Revelation 12, verse 1, it says, and there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. Right? This woman is representing Israel. 12 stars is a representation of Israel. Verse 2 is she being with child cried, traveling in birth and pain to be delivered. And there appeared another wonder in heaven. Behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns and 7 crowns upon his head. Right, this great red dragon representing the ancient, the Roman Empire. Right, and his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven. Right, the stars represent Israel, and did cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born. Right? Just the tail that drew the third part was representing who? The southern kingdom, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Right? it says, and the dragon stood before the woman which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born. Who is this child that is speaking about that they want to devour? Yahawashi. Let's go get Matthew chapter 2, verse 13. Hold on, Slocky. Let me look at something. I should wrap it up. It says, and when they were departed, behold, Revelation 2, verse 12, it says, and being warned of the Most High in a dream that they should not return to Herod, they departed into their own country another way. And when they were departed, behold, the angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream, saying, arise and take the young child, this man child is Yahawashi, and his mother, and flee into Egypt, and be thou there until I bring thee word, for Herod will seek the young child to what? To destroy him. Trying to devour the man child, right? When he arose, he took the young child and his mother by night and departed into Egypt. Okay, so this is where Yahawashi, and yes, his biological father, right, and his mother, they went and hid in Egypt for a time, amongst other dark-complected people. Okay, that's why they were able to hide. See, these are clues, okay, to show you that, hey, he wasn't a pale face. Okay, he wasn't a pale face. He didn't have leprosy. You know how easy it would have been to deliver a message and say, yeah, you know, we have a family here amongst dark people. We have a so-called white family here amongst a dark complected people. You know, in terms back then, they would have said, there's a strange people in this land. You know, they don't look like the rest of the people. You know, so he'd have been easily spotted and captured, but it would have been, it's too hard because, well, they were all dark complected people. You know, but you see, they're trying to devour the man child, which is Yahawashi. All right. So it says this person will be the man child in Revelation 12. No, it's Yahawashi. A certain person born in the last days with a real family. No. Yes, Yahawashi. He had a real family. He had a mother. He had a father. He had brothers and sisters. All right. Verse 5, it says, she brought forth a man child who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron. She's Yahawashi. And her child was caught up into the Most High, into his throne. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Wait a minute. Oh boy. Psalms 110 verse 1, it says, Psalm of David, the Lord said unto my Lord, sit thou on my right hand until I make thine enemies thy footstool. Where's Yahawashi? He's on the right hand, right? Luke, Luke chapter 22 verse 69, hereafter shall the Son of Man, Yahawashi, sit on the right hand of the power of the Most High. You see? So this is who this man child is talking about, Ryan. Right? This is who this is talking about. And it says a certain person born in the last days with the... Right. The last days started with Yahawashi, dude. Okay? It's Yahawashi. You got to get over it, man. You got to understand this. Okay? There's one more scripture I wanted to get to the spirit. Let's get this. We'll close it out after that. Revelation 19 verse The book of Isaiah chapter 19, verse 11, it says, "And I saw heaven open, behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. And in righteousness he doeth judge and make war. His eyes were a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. And he had a name written that no man knew but himself. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of the Most High. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon the white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean." This is speaking of Yahawashi on this white horse, right, which is called True, which is faithful and true, right, and in righteousness do each other and make war. The armies which followed him was, the rest of the fleet of holy angels that's with them, all right? In verse 15 it says, "And out of his mouth go up a sharp sword." Let's read it again. It says, "Out of his mouth go up a sharp sword, that with it he shall smite the nations. He shall rule them." What? The man shall what? "He shall rule them with a rod of iron, and he shall tread the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of the Almighty power. And he had on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings, Lord of Lords." Why? Because this is his rightful position. Okay? And this is what he's going to execute when he comes back to the earth. So yes, he's going to rule all nations. He is that man-child. Okay? It's Yahawashi, man. You see? Let's read verse 16 again. It says, "And he have on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings, and Lord of Lords." Right? Let's get one more just to show you something. It's in the book of just one in the law. That I wanted to get dealing with. Let me see something. I can't find it. It's all good. Right? So talk about the 8th. Can't find it. Right? Because talk about the man-child. Man and beast. That's all good. Point is wrong, man. All right, this man-child is talking about Yahawashi. Right, Revelation 12 is talking about Yahawashi, and all the points is there is made. Hey, maybe you get it, maybe you not. Whether you hear or forbear. Shalom.